wanna go with me by bus? Bus? Because Daddy don't wanna send us.
Jenny will send you. But you're not sleeping there. You're going to get your dentist. After your dentist, you're coming home. I'll send Jenny there. He'll wait for you. And when you're done, you come home. Or you can take the bus and you can sleep there. And then take the bus back.
No, thanks.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Kai. I love you. Yeah, because of the...
We got a comment on.
what?
They want to know what if where's my home, here or the USA?
Yeah, that's your home.
I don't know. So, shout out to who? Leo McGuire. I look like crap. I had a cold since I got back. Anyways, I thought I'd make this video for Leo, one of our subscribers. He wanted to know what did he say? What was the question? Can you read it to me? Okay.
Where's your home? Okay.
Read the question. Lynn's gonna read the question. So hot. You find it? It's the newest comment. It's right there at the top.
What's your reply then? That's why I can find it anymore. How does it feel to be back in Philippines?
Okay, how does it, number one, how does it feel to be back in the Philippines? What's the second part of the question?
Does it really feel like your home?
Okay.
Or is the USA your home? Honestly.
Okay, first question is, how does it feel to be back in the Philippines? And honestly, it feels good. It feels good to be back. Honestly, it feels like I never left. It really does. It doesn't feel like I was gone at all. You know, everything is time. You know, honestly, like time kind of stands still here in the Philippines. You know, things don't change that quickly here. So being gone for 5 months is nothing really changed. Nothing really changed. But like I said, I made it in the previous video that being gone for a while and coming back makes you appreciate, you know, what you have here. Makes you appreciate it a little bit more. So being back, how does it feel to be back? It feels good. It feels good to be back. It's hot. Just trying to get over this cold. I think it was a lingering cold. I can't.
What time now? It's 10. You just wake up? Yeah. Careful. You're gonna get pulled down. I'm a spider. I'm a spider. I'm a bird. Good. Where? It's right here. Like a bird. And I can't catch it. I really can't catch it. Huh? I can't catch it. I'm scared. You're scared of what? You're scared. No, I'm getting scared, Dad.
Careful, there's electrical up there.
Yay, I'm a climber.
Be careful, you did not get going down.
Here? Okay. I'll hold it. What are you doing?
Oh, that chicken.
Power. Dad. Finger.
Sit down, behave.
No.
Behave. Nana's not going to be very happy with you if she sees you jumping all over the couch.
I'm not jumping in the couch. You know what happened to my table? What happened with
No, I didn't love you. I love the TV.
Hi guys. So I'm sitting here over here in my front of my house, watching the road, watching the people go by. Usually get a good breeze here, but it's coming from behind the house, so it's kind of sweaty. Had a cold. Still have this cold since I got here. Seems to be letting up a little bit, but it's lingering in my sinuses. So I started making a video the other day. I know I look awful, but I've been sick. So I started making a video the other day to reply to Leo McGuire, a couple of his questions. How do I feel to be back in the Philippines, and where do I consider home? Do I consider the Philippines my home, the United States my home? And the first answer to the question is, how do I feel to be back? I mean, obviously it's wonderful to be back. I get to see my wife. I love my home here. It's a long way to go. I'll tell you that much. And the older I get, the less I like doing it. I'll be honest with you. I miss the food, but I could use a diet anyways. I gained too much weight. I miss the food in the U.S. The food here is, to me, it's okay. It's just enough to get by. Chicken. What do you have for tomorrow night for dinner? Chicken. What do we have for dinner Friday night? Chicken. What do you want for lunch? Fish. Hey, what do we have for lunch on Sunday? Fish. So, that's the Philippines. We just had a huge tragedy. Prayers to all the people who got hurt and lost their lives in this, preventable tragedy. The bridge that we drove over just a few days ago to get home collapsed. And A lot of people died. Some died in their cars. You know, it's awful. So, prayers, thoughts out to those people. But back to the questions. I gotta find a different spot. It's too hot here. So much better over here. Got a breeze. My throat's all scratched up. It's not really my throat. It's like more in my chest. But I don't have a cough. It's weird. Whatever I have, it's weird. It's blocked up sinuses and congestion in my chest, but not coughing. I don't know. No fever. I mean, maybe slight nudge, but not much. Anyways, if I sound awful, if I look awful, I apologize. Hopefully I only got a couple more days of this thing that's busting my butt. So, you know, am I glad to be back in the Philippines? Of course, yes. I'm very happy to be back. But it wasn't my plan. It wasn't my plan to come back just yet. You know, I hate when I lay out a set of plans and we don't follow them. I don't follow them, Lynn don't follow them, because it messes everything up. The plan was for me to stay there, me and Thea to stay there until Lynn got her visa, and then Kyla and Lynn come over. But, you know, it wasn't 7 months. Lynn said 7 months. It was 5.5 months that we've been gone. The end, May 1st will be 6 months. But Lynn just couldn't take it any longer, and I don't blame her. You know, I understand. That's why I came back, because she was having a hard time missing her kid. You know, she was nice enough to let me take her, but I shouldn't even say that nice enough. I mean, she's my daughter. I should be able to take her anywhere I want. But you know, anyways, let's not get off subject. I'm happy to be back. It wasn't the original plan, so it's throwing me off a loop a little bit. But I'm happy to be back to see everybody. And the second question is, do I consider this my home? That's a really hard question. And within these 4 walls, yes, I consider this my home. Outside these 4 walls, no, I don't. Philippines, for me, damn ants, is, you know, it's in between. It's an in between, you know, yeah, it's home, but, you know, my home is also in the United States. It's where my parents are, where my siblings are. My wife is here, so my home is here as well. You know, my kid is born here. But to be honest with you, you know, when I'm inside these 4 walls, yes, I feel like I'm home. I call it my home. But outside the 4 walls, I can't really say that I consider everything outside these 4 walls my home. No. You know, my parents are still alive. They're still fairly young. I mean, they're not in wheelchairs. They're not in old age homes. They're not sick. You know, and I spent the past 5 years mostly here. So I feel like it's time for me to spend time now with my parents. You know, I kind of laid down the foundation here in the Philippines so that we'll always have a roof over our heads no matter what happens. Of course, unless someone wants to buy our place, just hit me up. Just message me. But, you know, we have a roof over our heads. And now I want to do something else. You know, I kind of did all I can do here. I'm only 53. I'm not independently wealthy by any means, not even close. So I gotta work. I want to go back to work. I have to go back to work. Lynn wants to work, so we're gonna work in the United States. So, you know, this is our home. within these four walls. It's our home. And I don't know if, God willing, if that's the plans for us to get the visas and go to the U.S. and, you know, we'll have a new home there too. We'll see, you know. I'm learning as I go, you know. You know, life is a learning curve, you know. You know, you live, you learn, you live and you learn. And as I go, I'm learning. As I bought here and I build here and I live here, I'm learning. As I had a child, my first time in my late 40s, I'm learning. I'm learning, you know, as I go. And what I've learned so far is that my area not really suitable for education for children. And when I built this place, I didn't have that in my mind, you know. Not that I regret it. I'm not going down that road. But I'm trying to explain, you know, sort of the next steps, you know. And the next steps for me is focus on these two kids to get their education that they need. This place will always be here. You know, of course, unless anyone wants to buy it, just message me below. But yeah, I mean, it's always going to be here. This place is always going to be here. It's not going anywhere. There's nothing in here that could really, no one can do anything here. What are they going to steal? A couple of TVs? Nothing in here. Couch? It's not like it's Fort Knox. You know, I got some chickens. Lynn already ate them all. I got some guinea fowl left. A couple of turkeys. Nothing here that's valuable. That can't be replaced. The place withstood the most powerful typhoon that this island has ever seen, according to my relatives who have lived here all their lives. Lynn's parents have never been through a storm like this in their lives, and they're in their mid to late 50s. Okay, so in 60 years, no one's ever seen a storm like this hit the hole. I'm no meteorologist, so maybe there are more powerful storms 60 years ago, beyond 60 years, that hit here. But within the past 60 years, this was the most powerful storm, and my buildings are still standing. I don't even have a broken glass. So, my place is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. But, like I said, I'm living and I'm learning as I go. And, you know, you turn the page, you know, and you turn another page. And so, like I said, what I've come to learn at this point is that this particular area is not suitable for a good education if you have children. Maybe Tagbilaran, but I don't live in Tagbilaran. It's 2.5, 3 hours away with traffic. Now with this bridge, you know, it's gonna be 4 hours, no bridge. And I don't think y'all even go over that new bridge because they were saying in the video that even that bridge is no good, the new bridge. They didn't put enough posts in it. So no way I'll be going over that bridge again, even the new one. We'll be taking the long route right down the middle of Behold through Alicia. That's 4 hours. So 4 hours now to go to Tagbilaran. Yeah, so if everyone wants to know, you know, what are we doing, what are our plans? The plan is to get the visa so everyone can come to the U.S. I told Lynn, this is just between me and you guys, but I told Lynn, I said, look, if you're working in the United States and you spend most of your time there, less time here, you'll be able to get your United States citizenship in 3 years. It goes by so fast. We've already been together 5. Imagine how fast. So I said 3 years, you'll have your USA citizenship. And once you get your citizenship, you can petition your sister and her kids to come here. Huh? What do you think? Right? And by the time that happens, her kids will be just about ready for college. And they can come to the United States and go to college here. Wouldn't that be nice? You know, I said, you guys gotta think a little bit about the future. You know, you can't always just think about sitting in the mountains doing nothing. I mean, that's a great life, don't get me wrong. But, I don't know, I mean, you got kids. We're not always gonna be here. What are they gonna do without an education, you know? Now, this brings me to another subject. schools are public schools right now are off the friggin' rails in the U.S. with all this crazy, shit that they want to teach, kids in kindergarten. I don't know. Hopefully, this is a phase, and we'll be able to get a hold of things over there. But anyways, my kid's gonna go to private school, probably a Catholic school, or some type of private school that's good, that has good marks. I went to public school up until 8th grade. In 8th grade, I went to St. Mary's, and then high school I went to Malden Catholic. It's great schools, and they're not cheap. But if you want a good education, that's what you got to do. So I was just telling them, if you guys are smart and you really, put your minds together, in 3 years you'll have citizenship, and then 3 years after that, Marianne could be in the United States with her kids. Even if she don't want to live there or stay there, get her a green card. They can come anytime. They can hang out. Kids can hang out together. Go to school together. Maybe go to high school together if they're still in high school at that point. Finish the last 4 years of their education in the United States, getting a good education. It's an opportunity that comes around once in a lifetime, or maybe never. So I don't know if that will happen, But Philippines, got a little fire back there. Philippines is not my home. Within these 4 walls, yeah, it's my home. I call it my home. It is my home. Honestly, I could die here. I'd be perfectly happy. I told them just bury me in the backyard under the chickens. She said it's not allowed. I said, why not? They do everything else here. They do whatever they want here. Why? Just bury me there until somebody complains. It's funny. We joke about that. But, honestly, I think I would like to be buried in the Philippines. Maybe up in the mountains in Lynn's family cemetery. Because, you know what? They visit their relatives. They always someone going to be there, to see you when you're gone. It's nice. Me, I'll be buried in the United States. No one's going to come visit me. Not that I want anybody to, but anyways, I don't know how I keep getting on these subjects. But, yeah, this is my home. Inside, these walls are my home. But honestly, when I go step outside those 4 walls, I don't feel like it's my home. I mean, everyone looks at me like a foreigner. They look at me with dollar signs. They're nice. Everyone's nice. Don't get me wrong. People are nice. But no matter how many years you live here, you'll never be, part of the group. You'll never be part of the system here. You'll always be a foreigner. And I kind of like that about the Philippines. I respect that. I mean, I respect that, the Filipinos come first. Not the foreigners, not the people who come live here. It's the Philippines take care of the Filipinos first. I don't know. I mean, America, we've been a country of immigrants. But I don't know what's happened to our country lately. I don't know, maybe we just let in the wrong people, the wrong type of people. I don't know. I'm not a immigration specialist. Damn guinea fowl. This is not the days of Ellis Island. Things have changed. I think we should be. The populations are growing. The cities are bulging. The welfare system is overbloated. Social Security. I think we have to be a little bit more, take into a little bit more consideration. I think the kind of people you let into the country. I don't know. I don't know. But I do like the Philippines. I do love it here. My only wish is that I discovered this place when I was in my 30s. And, you know, I could have really enjoyed this place if I was younger. A little bit more. I could have withstood the heat a little bit better. But I always dreamed about living in a tropical place. I mean, I lived in Key West for a very short period of time, a few months. South Carolina. Even though I grew up in Boston, I hate the cold. I can't stand the cold. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope that kind of answers the question, Leo. Because you said that, you know, you don't know what you were going to do for your future plans. And I don't know. I mean, a lot of guys come here and they give up everything in the U.S. 100%. They don't have even a shoebox to go home to go back to, you know. I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't think I could do that. So I'm going back to the U.S. I'm going back right now to the U.S. to see if we can replicate what we have here over there, so we can have the best of both worlds. I don't know if it's possible. If it's not, at least we got this place, you know. And I'm very thankful for that. I'm very grateful for that I was able to build this place and make it what it is. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and see you on the next vlog.